Right. We fast forward the time. It's now the next day.
Kokomi
We're going to
isn't
see
here
what
yet.
Kokomi is up to. She's a very,
That's
very busy
weird.
girl.
She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things.
Nope, she does not. She tends to be quite punctual and quite dedicated to her work.
How is she still not here? Do you think
Something
she
must
could
have
be in
happened to
trouble?
her.
Let's go
Yeah,
ask that
most
soldier
likely.
over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
So
Kokomi has disappeared.
strange.
The
Guess
mystery
we should
deepens.
Just call it a rain check then?
Not necessarily.
I think we should look for
If I
Kokomi.
recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her general operational directives. Let me see.
I feel like she's overprepared.
Yes, number 98. Should a visitor
Number
from afar
98,
come to
yeah.
see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a tree with purple foliage.
Right.
The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing.
Okay,
And even
that's...
then, only when the visitor in
It feels like
question
it's
is of
oddly
VIP status.
specific.
As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes.
Yes.
I keep this directive on me at all times. I'm sure this is the right course of action.
Right,
Kokomi
okay.
really does think of everything. All right, let's find the place she wrote about and have a look.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't
Okay,
that
so
tree
we
look like the
found
one she described in the directive?
the
It looks
location.
like there's a way in over there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
There is a cave opening over here, so I assume... She has a secret bunker? She has a secret hideout. She looks like
this
she's
is where
resting.
you ran off
She's
to.
sleeping.
We were gonna meet up and get
She's
things ready for
exhausted.
the victory feast today. What happened?
Yeah, she's
It's
dozing
you.
off.
I apologize.
She looks
I'm
sick.
not feeling my usual self today.
She's a little bit under the weather.
You got sick? We'll go find a doctor right away.
Oh, that doctor's... Oh, yeah, Baiju.
It's nothing like that. It's just
Lack of motivation?
my energy is completely spent.
Oh, she overexhausted herself.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
Okay, do we need to grab you an energy core?
No, it's just a figure of speech.
Yep, everyone was asking too much of you.
You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide how I'm feeling.
No,
To
you're
be
just being
honest, I'm not really
overexhausted.
cut out
You're
to be a
overworking.
leader.
It's not
At
good.
first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor.
An
Constantly
advisor to who?
communicating with people, trying to retain their morale.
Yeah.
Having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve.
Oh, sounds like she's about to break.
It's such hard work. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. And truth
Okay.
be told, it's something I never wanted for myself. But
Well-
because of my bloodline,
Yeah.
I was always going to end up being the divine priestess.
Sooner or later.
Like it or not, it's just
And
the
it's,
way it is.
You know, she is quite young
Whenever
to be
I
a
feel
priestess, so
overwhelmed,
whatever
I
happened to
come
the
here
previous
to just
priestess
lose
must have been
myself in a book
pretty
and relax for a while.
grim, I guess.
Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to someone else. I have to make a speech tonight, and I
Right.
mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard won, and I want them to feel
Yeah, it
at
was
peace.
definitely very difficult for us
anything we can do to
to
help?
win
I
the
should be
peace
feeling
that we have
energized
today.
again soon if I hold off on work for a
given
little
that we had to
longer.
battle the Raiden Shogun.
If only there was some way I could listen to a good read on military strategy. I'm sure that'd speed up the process. reading a book
I'm
last
sure we
time
can
I was
probably
here,
figure something
but-
out.
I only got about
You know,
halfway through.
just give us a little bit of time and we'll probably go and find
Where did I
Yaimiko.
put it?
She will be able to help us
We'll
out.
find it for you,
Like an audible.
and then we'll read it out to you to help you.
Yeah, we're going to be
recover.
your personal audible.
do that for me?
Oh,
I'm really
she's
lucky
touched.
you came back to Watasumi Island.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, look at all these petitions.
There's a lot of petitions. There's a lot of, like,
So does Kokomi make time
paperwork.
to deal with these
It
even
does
when
feel
she's
like
resting?
the Hokage
Sangonomiya
situation in
events cash
Naruto,
flow
where
statement.
Naruto's just
Consolidated
severely
annual
overworked,
report on
and there's
fishing
just too much
production.
work.
Watasumi Island monthly maintenance expenses
Mhm.
breakdown? This is a lot of work for one
Yeah, that's a lot of work for one
And
person.
it's on top of all the directives she has to write and
Yep.
the people she has to meet day to day.
And
No
the
wonder she gets
strategy
burned
that she
out
has to
from
come
time
up
to
with.
time.
She's thinking a lot about
Let's
different
track down
strategies.
that book and help her feel like herself again. Hey, look!
All right,
Could
there's
this be the
another
book she
bookcase of stuff. Today has been
Swordfish
okay.
Captain came back today. Energy +4.
Energy -3.
That's
Okay.
just,
We saw nothing.
here.
It's a diary. I like how she
It's
denotes
gotta be
everything
this
with
one, right?
energy, as if she's a robot. What are we looking for?
Look, there's even a bookmark.
Hmm.
None of the other books have one, so she must have
So it must be
finished
this one.
reading those already. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Well,
Pretty dense.
take it over and read it to her.
Let's help her out by reading the book. All right, time for a bedtime story, Kokomi. We're gonna be reading a book to you, and yeah.
Sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud?
Yep. She's definitely sleepy. She hasn't slept at all, has she? That's a very cute one.
Kokomi? Kokomi!
Yep, she's fallen asleep.
No, she's fallen asleep. What are we gonna do? Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the peace
I think we
talks are
should
just
let her
around the
rest to
corner.
recharge her
She's
energy a
got
bit.
so much to do.
Let her rest up.
You sure that's a good idea?
Yeah. She needs to
does
rest
look
every
pretty
now and then.
exhausted. Guess there's still some time to go too. All right, let's keep her company while she rests.
Right, we're just gonna.
Disaster. Protect peace at all costs.
She's snoring. Okay.
The war's over.
She's mumbling her sleep.
Things are slowly getting better.
She's snoring in my ear.
Did you see?
Wakey,
What
wakey.
is it? Did I fall
Did you have a good nap?
Yep, you've been out for ages.
It's
It's
very
nearly
cute.
time for the feast.
I can't believe it got so late.
Well, I have been
Haven't
treated to
slept like
hearing
this way in
Kokomi
so long.
snore in my ear, so
It's gotta be
I think it's a
3 whole
win-win
energy
situation.
points right there. Should
Yeah.
be enough to see me through the peace talks. Thank you.
It was a good nap.
Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy. Good to have you back.
She's back to full health. Bonfire! Looks like a...
It looks like
Festival?
everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
speech time.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough?
How much energy
Don't
will that
worry,
take?
I've
We're
got
treating her
plenty.
like a
Thanks to
robot
you
now.
two, I recovered more quickly than usual.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's a good thing.
We'll be rooting for you.
We have helped her, which is, I guess, good.
Welcome, everyone. Today is the day that we celebrate our victory.
Our
Recently,
victory!
Our war with the Shogun's army came to an end. And
Yay!
we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree.
Yes,
None
I
of
guess
us
that's a
can
good
know
thing. We
what
did
the Inazuma of
stop the
future will look
Vision
like.
Hunt decree.
But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenrou Commission for peace talks.
Mm-hmm.
I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watasumi Island once and for all.
Okay.
Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor
I
of each
mean,
and every one of you gathered
They
here
did
today.
fight, but we did most of the
I hope
work.
all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so glad it's all going smoothly. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood.
Are they? Are you gonna? It sounds like you're about to
go
confess
around
to
and
us
see
or
what
something.
information you can gather?
Uh-huh.
I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenrou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might
Investigating
happen
that
at
matter?
tomorrow's peace
Like,
talks.
why?
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Mm-hmm. You know, this guy's randomly selling fish
recently.
at a bonfire.
Well, the biggest
Hey,
thing
what are
for
we gonna
us
do? Are
is
we
that
gonna skewer the fish and
finally
then
get
roast
back
them?
out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open
Yeah.
sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp we could get our hands on closer to shore.
Okay.
When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day and night, but
That
there was
sounds
just
sad.
nothing I
That
could
sounds
do.
sad.
We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long.
Because of hunger.
Trying to keep it together until the morning. At least things are finally improving now. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you
Yes,
for your
captain of
service.
Swordfish
Here,
2.
have a fish. It's freshly caught, so it's a bit, fishy. But it's fine.
It's a little bit fishy. Yeah, no, I'm pretty certain
No,
it's very
we couldn't
fishy.
Possibly.
Ah, come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight.
Yep,
Her
they'll be starving to
Excellency
death.
always teaches us to repay kindness with gratitude.
Okay, well, thanks. Come on, let's
Yeah,
to
let's
some
talk to
others.
other people. Right, here's another random
Hey
merchant.
there. Care for some fruit and vegetables?
Okay, here's
Nature's
another
remedy
random
when you overdo
merchant
the barbecue.
who's
Are you
selling
referring to the
vegetables,
thing about
which
the Tenrou
I'm
Commission and the Fatui?
pretty
I've heard
certain I would
rumors,
like to
but
have some
nothing
more
too detailed.
vegetables, just so that we
It's
can
funny you
have
should say
more
that the
ingredients
soldiers
when we
seem
cook.
excitable, though. I've had the same feeling.
Uh-huh.
See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days. Always
Okay.
shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me
Probably,
a few times. It's a miracle
training?
the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves.
yeah, I'm pretty certain he's just
Sorry,
practicing,
I'm
training,
afraid I don't
keeping
have
his
much
skills.
information. If
you
you
know.
still have questions, you may as well go and talk to him.
Sounds promising. Let's
Tip-top
go see
shape.
what that guy's deal is.
Alright, we're gonna check him out.
Ugh.
Okay, we're
guy
checking this guy
smells
out to see what he's up to.
Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish 2, right?
Captain of
You
Swordfish
actually came
2.
back. I thought you'd
We're
abandon-
back.
We would never run from a fight.
Nope.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days is peace and stability. Do
Okay.
you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance?
Are you still hoping for war or
Got
something?
that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
Okay, this
This guy.
escalated pretty quickly.
Tell him to... What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
In a few seconds, you'll be begging to talk.
We'll
We'll
see
be
about
putting
that.
you in place. We fought the Raiden Shogun. We're at least on her level. Alright, there we go. What are you gonna do? I don't see you
You're a
getting
strong
up.
fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you.
Okay.
You really do have a warrior's will. Then
Look at us.
maybe
We have
you can
the
understand us.
Raiden's ring
Captain.
behind us.
Comrade,
Captain
will
Comrade.
you join
Okay.
us?
What are you gonna? What are you trying to do? Start up like a
We made
rebellion
it
or
up.
something?
The story about the Tenrou Commission colluding with the Fatui?
Yeah.
It did.
Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us you made the whole thing up?
Oh, you're trying to instigate another war.
This could send you right back into war with the Tenrou Commission.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve. Peace
Why?
talks. Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watasumi Island is at stake. What's to stop the Tenrou Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree? We are the Resistance.
She's changed
Everything
her
hinges on our
ways.
warriors' will. We can't trust the Tenrou Commission or the Raiden Shogun.
Eh.
But we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you
Eh.
agree with that.
His point does kind of make sense.
I mean,
But something
he has a quite a valid argument, but at the same time, I feel it's a little bit flawed.
Yeah, everything you said just now was pure speculation, wasn't it? Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for, all because of some imaginary situation that may not even happen?
Don't
And-
take that tone with
Yeah,
me.
why would you
Acting
want to
like you're
prolong the
above all
war?
of this? What would you understand? For the sake of victory,
We were the one
embodied
who fought the
warrior
Raiden.
will to the fullest.
The Raiden
You
Shogun.
understand? We were all in.
Where were you?
Now they're suddenly trying to tell us that none of it matters anymore? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like
Oh
an
man,
ordinary
I
person.
guess there
But
are
how can
soldiers
I?
like this.
How can I when every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle?
Okay,
Every
the
time I see them
crying
there in
voice
my mind,
acting
I
is
remind me that I can never
doesn't
forgive
quite
the
fit.
Tenrou Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt decree. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever.
We're not one of you.
Go ahead and tell Sangonomiya if you want, but you're too late to stop us now.
Okay.
Too late?
What did you do?
What do you mean?
What did you do?
Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna answer that
Yeah, he's
one.
not gonna.
What are we gonna do? This is really serious. We need to give Kokomi the full story right away.
Kokomi, your men are instigating a rebellion. They're about to attempt to overthrow
Found out a few things.
the Raiden.
The whole thing about
Well,
the
the
Tenrou
Tenrou
Commission
Commission.
colluding with the Fatui
Yep.
is baloney. They made it
Yep, they made it all up. They're trying to
They wanted the
start
peace
war.
talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war.
Yes,
And they
an
say
imaginary
it's
war.
Too late to try and stop them, no matter what we do.
I see.
What's the matter? Are you
I'm
gonna
fine.
let it happen?
Don't worry. This is my fault. If
Is this
only
your fault?
I perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this.
I don't think it's your
I
fault.
think I understand what Kozen means when he says it's too late.
Uh-huh.
The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. I highly suspect that one of Kozen's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Yes, I guess that will
That's no
be.
good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch
I guess
out the
that's what's gonna
guards?
happen.
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert.
Yes.
It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenrou Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again.
War again.
Not to mention,
War here,
we
war
have
there,
no idea how
war
many of
everywhere.
Watasumi Island soldiers are involved in this
Yeah.
plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of
It's
not
gonna
knowing
look
who to
very
trust.
suspicious.
Sounds like a really tricky situation.
Very tricky situation.
So is there really nothing we can do about it?
Unfortunately not.
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done.
Are we gonna enter another
Now
war?
it falls to me to devise a counter plan.
Yes.
These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone.
It's on you.
Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm.
Is she
Let's
about
meet
to
here again
sacrifice
tomorrow.
herself? Potentially. Okay, we time jump by about 2 days,
Talks are upon us.
and
How do you
we're
feel?
going to have another peace talk.
Prepared?
But it
Here,
seems Kokomi
take
is
this.
very, very tired, which
These
I
are
am
some directives
kind
I
of
wrote
not
last
surprised
night.
by.
These negotiations are complex, to be sure. But I thought about it carefully and realized there are no more than 187 possible outcomes. I took the
187.
liberty
Okay,
of writing them all down.
I think
This way,
she's
you will be able
overdoing
to
it.
adapt with speed, no
Right,
matter how
okay.
the events play out.
Whoa, this is huge! Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack, seize hostages. Wow,
Yeah,
there's so many! But you've thought of a solution to each one!
yeah. I
Emma
think
suddenly feels a lot
she
less
does feel
nervous.
very.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, I
These
think it
peace
feels very
talks are quite
overdone.
exceptional. It is a major step forward both for Watasumi Island and the Shogunate.
Mm-hmm.
But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. As the
Don't worry, we'll be
divine
there to
priestess
put some
of
people in
Watasumi
place.
Island, this was excellent.
Okay, so we're here at the site of negotiations, and I'm pretty certain we're
It's
going
been a while,
to
Kujou Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
have a pretty good
Yes.
discussion. Okay,
You
Kujou
dealt my
Sara.
forces quite the devastating blow.
Hmm.
But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
Just here to witness the peace talks.
That's right. She's here to bear witness to the
I
proceedings.
mean, we're kind of like a neutral
She
party.
experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we
Yes,
have
we
today.
were the one who,
I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems
Who you know?
reasonable. Then let's get straight into it.
fought the Raiden Shogun.
The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters.
I
We
guess that's
intend
gonna
to
lift it,
remove
yeah.
These restrictions. But going forward,
That's good.
any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenrou Commission while in your waters.
Okay.
Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenrou Commission.
Accepted. Let's
You
add
know,
that
it's
to the
interesting
peace
that there are
treaty.
two different
I
armies.
can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority.
Are you going to dissolve
In
their
the
military?
past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed.
You should have like
We
a
cannot
merchant's
give
guild.
the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
Like,
but isn't Watatsumi
guild
Island
for
facing
the merchants
severe
that
shortages
will,
of many
you know,
essential goods at the moment?
Look after
Having
them.
the Yashiro Commission organize
Or look after
everything
themselves, I
centrally
guess.
would work in your favor.
That would be
True,
independent
we're
and separate
experiencing
from
some
both
shortages,
factions.
But we
I
will
don't know.
recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need.
Okay.
Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryu Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now then.
Okay.
On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryu Commission.
Oh, okay.
isn't
They're taking
feasible.
their...
Not in the short term,
Yeah.
at least.
They're
With
trying
all
to
due
take their
respect,
military forces.
Feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryu Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security.
Yeah, but those
we
people
cannot allow
won't
Watatsumi Island to be
you
the
know,
sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
subject themselves to your rule immediately.
You Kujou scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us.
Yeah.
Comrades, never trust the Kujou. Let's get them.
Protect Madame Kujou!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it? Kokomi!
Well, that was a little bit
Scenario number
tense,
is in
but,
the directives.
you know.
The last one. But hold off for the moment.
Okay.
Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujou, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment.
They've been a little bit on
Nobody makes
edge.
another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now.
Okay, two very suspicious people in the background. Oh, she gave us a cute wink.
Speak. Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
Have they been colluding with the
I wouldn't exactly call
Fatui?
it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui.
Right, the Fatui
They
members
mentioned
or
a potential
Fatui?
cooperation
Yeah.
to keep the war against Watasumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing
Why
to lose.
would you?
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watasumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then
Okay,
we'd see how it
so
went.
they have.
With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion.
Yeah, okay.
It was just a one-off conversation.
A one-off conversation
How
that
we went from
leads to
Watasumi Island
severe
even found out about it,
consequences.
I have no idea.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us?
Yeah, they
You
did
should
a
be having
lot
no
of
interaction
bad
with
things.
them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh,
Yeah, but I'm pretty
merciful.
certain we've beaten them.
So they're out for revenge. They
Yeah, the
want to
Fatui
keep
are always gonna
Inazuma
be
in
out
a
for
state of
revenge.
turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
I
But
think
of
Kokomi
course,
just wants
Madam
peace.
Kujou, I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation.
And Sara wants
For
peace
the
as well.
time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenrou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watasumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
Yep.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenrou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujou Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be smooth sailing from here on out.
Will it be smooth sailings from here on out? I don't know.
Never knew the grand strategist of Watasumi Island was a skilled negotiator.
Very
as well as a
skilled
formidable
negotiator.
commander.
She fought
I hope that when we meet
187
again, we can
scenarios,
continue these sit-down discussions.
which I think is a
Settling
little
our
bit
differences on the
excessive.
battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenrou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance.
Right.
I recommend
And then
you
we'll
say
be,
and do nothing on the matter for the time being,
Oh,
lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you.
and then we'll capture
That
them
way,
all in one fell
you can
swoop.
capture them.
I will bear
It's
this
going to be
in
a
mind.
team up between Kujou
Thank
Sara and Kokomi.
I shall take my leave now.
Your Excellency,
Let's discuss
They're not
it after we get
satisfied.
back.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have
Yeah, I'm
already
pretty
been
certain she
informed on
knew.
the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryu Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war.
Yeah, why would...
Fortunately,
Don't...
the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryu
Yeah.
Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental. And
Incidental.
the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our
The
efforts
fighting
going
has
to
to
waste?
stop at some
I
point. You
want to
just
keep
can't...
fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it
And
means
what
I
is
have to
ultimate-
pay the ultimate price.
What is
I
ultimate
understand your
victory?
sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to
Yeah.
bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows. And in the end, there was
Both sides
glorious
have
victory.
have suffered.
For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water.
They want to stop the war.
And don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Sentencing
well.
under martial
Then I hereby
law.
declare-
Okay. Okay, what's your decree? What are you going to declare?
As of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division
Secret
will
corps.
be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and
So like a
secure,
Black Ops?
neutralizing any
Secret
and
police?
all threats to the peace of our island.
It feels like it's going to
You
be
and
one
your
of
comrades
those.
will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Perseverance
Your
and grit
Excellency,
will be in
what are you
high
saying?
demand.
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujou clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war.
Right.
It is right that Watasumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
2 shogunate samurai at the time.
Thank you,
Okay.
Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed.
That
Go and report to
sounds a little
General
bit
Goro.
extreme.
And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
All right, looks like things have been resolved. I wonder if this will end the chapter.
I think that's finally everything in hand.
Oh, sounds like you can
I can
finally
feel the
relax.
energy level starting to drop. Maybe
Energy
I can
minus
hide over some
99.
rest.
Okay,
Thank you for
we're at
everything.
the
With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island
More or
once
less.
more.
oh, your energy levels. We
Recovering
restored peace. Have we restored peace? I think we restored
surely.
peace.
I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but I still get nervous when more than a handful of people are
is she
involved.
shy?
I think I might get
She's an
Goro to
introvert?
handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? To be honest,
I guess she's a little bit of a
I'm
bookworm.
still a long way off
She just
what's
shuts
expected of
herself
a
in,
divine
reading military
priestess.
strategy, and then coming up with like
In the past,
187
I was
plans.
concerned only with
She's
winning
like
the war,
light
restoring
Yagami from
peace,
Death
and
Note.
making sure everyone could live a happy life.
Just
But I
need a
realized now
line of
that
her
wasn't
saying
going far
Keikaku
enough.
Dodori. Like,
People have
all
all
according to
kinds
plan.
of aspirations, and just as many measures
all
of
according to
happiness.
Keikaku.
I have a long way to go, but that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time. In short,
Yeah, one small step.
I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island?
Oh,
To
she's
keep me
asking us to
company for a while
stay.
longer?
Maybe we can use this as a thumbnail, but yeah. I think that's it. I think we're going to end the episode here. If you enjoyed the episode, remember to like, subscribe, drop any comments in the comments section below. This will probably be split up into 2 parts, so if you haven't already seen the first part, watch that. Like and subscribe to that, drop any comments to let me know what you think. It really helps me out a lot, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching my video. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think. It really does help me out. If you haven't already done so, you can also hit the bell icon, turn on notifications. That way you'll get updates for when I upload my new videos. Or follow me on Twitter at KuroAkiGames. I'm also on Twitch at twitch.tv/KuroAkiGames, where I occasionally stream my raw gameplay videos on there, or some content that isn't on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at KuroAkiGames, and I will see you guys soon.